Tomorrow, I will be at the Canadian border. This is my last night on the PCT, and I have found the most amazing place to spend the last night. It is 7 a.m. and the sun is just rising up here over the mountains. I can't believe we're even seeing the sun. I opened up the zipper to my tent about 45 minutes ago to start to get ready. We were literally living inside of a dark black storm cloud. It was storming all night. It rained. I'm freezing, and all my stuff is wet again. This has probably been the hardest single outing that I've had on the entire PCT. I don't know, maybe some of the Sierras. But last night, right, I was not having fun. I'm not having fun in these nights when I'm getting absolutely poured on rain and I'm freezing cold. I think I'm like 35 miles from Canada. I'm gonna be there tomorrow. Nothing can stop me now. The rain and the snow are doing its hardest job to try to keep me from Canada. Today, we're up high, so I'm up around 7,000 feet somewhere. We're gonna be ping-ponging up and down, staying pretty high today, but doing a lot of climbs up and down and up and down. We have a big climb at the end of the day. What I'm really hoping to do is just put like 25 miles today, and that will set me up about between 10 to 15. I want to be between 10 and 15 miles from the Canadian border when I wake up tomorrow. The Canadian border's closed, so I have to turn around and have to hike back another 30 miles. I just keep reminding myself, you know, it's a privilege to be here. I know that when I look back, this will probably be one of the fondest memories of my life. But, you know, right now it's a real struggle for me. It's incredible to see the blue sky though. This is the finish line, but I am not finished. This is Hearts Pass. And I just ran into a bunch of people who I haven't seen since White Pass. They're finished. Because the border's closed, this is the new finish line. You have to go to Canada and then hike 30 miles back. So I'm 30 miles away. I walked in and people were like, "Hey, Fox." Like, it just really brightened my spirits, you know? Feels good to see people on the trail, like who I know. Like, you know, I've just been hiking alone for so many days now, and such solitude. I got a lighter. Literally gonna save my life. Function gave me a lighter. Like, I can't even. Should be cold but clear for the next 2 days. Plan is after the border to go to a place called the Lion's Den, but the thing is that I have no way to contact them. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm seeing snowflakes fall past me, just little ones, but it is snowing. Obviously it's not accumulating. That's not good. Yeah, it's snowing. I don't know, I don't think you're gonna be able to see the snowflakes. Maybe you can, but yeah, it's actually snowing now. So now I can officially say, right, I've been rained on, I've been sleeted on, I've been hailed on, and now I'm being snowed on. It's just a flurry for now, and look, walking through a flurry I'd rather walk through a flurry of snow than a rain shower. One of the coolest things about this very final section from Hearts Pass to the Canadian border, since the border's closed, all the people that are 2 days ahead of me are now walking back. I'm passing them and they're walking back to Hearts Pass. So I keep passing people, giving them congratulations. It's really cool to see. And there's like a small yurt over here. I'm trying to figure out what in God's name that could be. Anyway, yeah, it's very cool. It's cool to see people. It gives me hope, and it's inspiring to me. No, I don't even recognize any of them. I don't think we ever crossed paths before. I'm about 12 miles in. It's 11:30. I stopped to get water, and I'm trying something right now that I have not tried on the entire PCT, and that is, I don't know if you can see that green. That green is my sleeping bag, and I've attached it to the outside of my pack, and I'm gonna try to dry it off, ready to spring into action at the first sign of a raindrop and get my sleeping bag inside my pack. I'm about 15 miles in and it's 12:30, and just seeing all these people, you know, who have finished. Like, it's been maybe 15, I don't know, maybe even 20 people have passed today. Like, it's really bringing it home, you know? Like, Like, I'm gonna finish the PCT. I still gotta survive tonight. This is probably the hardest thing I've ever done. Really surrounded by some of the most incredible people. One of the funny things for me about coming on the PCT was that, like, I wasn't interested in the social aspect at all. Like, you know, I had just gotten a divorce, you know, horrible divorce. I had lost my kids, I lost my mom. I've had so much fun, you know, hanging out with all these people. And everybody out here makes it look so easy, you know? But it wasn't easy. I think Washington has been really hard on me. This has really been like the hardest stretch for me. My body's kind of wrecked. I need a break, you know? I really need a break. And to have the sort of the hardest sections at the end, and then, oh, you can't be done. You have to come 30 miles, you know, back through the worst terrain and the worst weather. I'm gonna finish the PCT. Fuck. Every town you come into, you know, there's different people you've been hiking with for the past, you know, whatever. Cruising around from town to town, checking out all these rando towns, like, was fucking awesome, you know? I always tried to go to like a dive bar or something. I feel like a fucking badass, you know? Like, for real. I'm an absolute fucking badass right now. Physically, it's the second to last day, and it's just been something where I'm just like, I need to just get through it, you know? I just need to survive it. 2 more days, 1 more day, you know? I don't know what to trust anymore, but look at that blue sky. Guys, if I got blue sky the next 2 days, yeah. They say that, like, time heals all wounds, but I lost my kids, you know, they were taken from me. I got a bullshit trial, like, so bad that you won't even believe. Like, I wouldn't have believed it if it didn't happen to me. If I didn't experience it, I never would have believed that a trial could be so farcical. It could be such a sham. If anything, right, time on trail, like, has given me a lot of time to think about my kids, right? And I'm thinking about my kids, you know, Timothy, William, and Robert, just obsessively, you know? These are the loves of my life, right? Like, my 3 little boys, right? Like, Timothy, William, and Robert. Imagine someone takes your fucking kids from you. Both the judges, since my trial, have been reassigned away from the family courts. They're no longer doing divorces, which is just about it as an admission enough that they fucked up really bad. One of them, Christine Waterman Marshall, like, I mean, go to watermanwatch.com to learn about her. She's one of the most notorious divorce judges in the country, and is being, you know, there's like 10 lawsuits filed against her. Like, she's been featured on CBS. But this other guy, Ariel Chesler, like, he's a crook. He's the biggest crook I've ever seen. This is a guy who is a self-avowed feminist, who was raised by 2 mommies, and this judge awarded my children to a family of white supremacists, to is an actual hooker for Jeffrey Epstein, and they had hired the scummiest attorneys to do such an obvious and complete ridiculous fucking hit job of me, and they paid $500,000 for the service. These attorneys are complete scumbags. Warshaw Burstein. The judge refused to look at any of my evidence. He rejected all of it. It's like, oh, we don't have to listen to you. They did a hit job, mental health diagnosis, okay, which is where the therapist, right? And I'm using scare quotes on that she just uses her medical degree as a weapon against men. This is a woman who never met me before, over a Zoom call, said that I was a dangerous narcissist and a gun threat to my children. She conspired with my wife's attorneys. They told her what to say, and she said it. And what she said was, he's not credible. He has no credibility. And what that does is that gives the judge, right? Then the judge then has the authority then to be like, well, we don't have to listen to this guy. And they orchestrate this whole thing. This is a guy who, if he had literally spent 10 minutes looking at anything that I've submitted, would have known that this is obviously fucking bullshit, right? I'm not beating up my kids. Literally have the fucking video evidence showing my calling the police on me twice with obvious, you know, she's obviously just trying to get me in trouble. It's obviously false claims. Judge Ariel Chesto is a crook, right? He wanted to take my kids away from me, and that's what he did. Like, he gave me a trial, again, scare quotes, you know, I'm using scare quotes around trial. It was just a sham. It was a formality, right? He needed the authority to take my children away. So I'm just sitting here in the Northern Cascades. Can you see? There's my little waterfall. I'm getting some water. I'm about to fill up. This looks like the best water source for the next little while. But we have just been so blessed with like the sun coming out. Like, this is exactly what I wanted. It was like, just get me to the last couple days, like, so I can just enjoy and have an awesome time with the vibes on the trail, passing everyone, like, you know, everyone saying congratulations. Like, yeah, it's like partly cloudy, but it's like the nicest day we've had by a million times in the recent little while. One of the things that I think you could never even conceptualize before the PCT was just the length, like 2,655 miles. I ran a marathon. I had done backpacking adventures before. I think I went out maybe for a week, maybe 10 days. It's just unbelievable to look at a map and see the distance that I've covered. I haven't taken a day off since White Pass, you know, that was 350 miles ago. The last time I slept in a bed was, right? It was Ashland, Oregon on trail. That's like almost 1,000 miles ago. And to think that that was 1,000 miles ago, like when I was 1,000 miles ago, I felt like I was getting almost done with the PCT. We're 23 miles in. It's about 4 o'clock, a little bit before 4. And this here is Rock Pass. It is just absolutely stunning. It has turned into one of the most majestic evenings. It's my last night before I hit Canada. So tonight, what you see, that little saddle right there, that is Woody Pass. I'm spending the night at Woody Pass, and I think that the views are gonna be spectacular up there, and I might get caught in a snowstorm, and it might totally suck. But guys, it's my last night on the PCT. I was thinking about sending it, maybe doing like a 30, getting like, you know, seeing how far I could go and just kind of push it. Sleeping in a totally epic place on my last night in the PCT. To have it finally clear up is, it's just been an incredible experience today and the whole trip. Can you see the trail down there? It's like, you can see the switchbacks. We're going way, way down right now. One other thing just about this trip is I really enjoyed making videos. I think what happened, right? If you look when I was coming through Oregon, I did the Oregon Side Quest, and when I left for the Oregon Side Quest, I was already like at least 7 videos behind, right? So I had like 7 days of videos that I still had to make on my phone. And then I left for the Oregon Side Quest, and that was 6 videos that I needed to make. And I didn't do a single lick of editing on the Oregon Side Quest. And then I came back into Crater Lake for I think like a 7-day out. That was 7 more videos, right? So I was behind a crazy amount. Remember there, I didn't have content on my channel for like a week. So what I did in Oregon, around Shelter Cove, is I made a change to my hiking plan. But I slowed it down a little bit, and I started taking like lakefront tent sites. And what I would do is I was starting to work more on trail. And that strategy paid off huge for me, or at least it really worked. And I was able to catch up. And then by White Pass, Washington, 350 miles ago, I posted so many videos to my channel that I can basically hike from White Pass to Canada border without having to upload or edit a single video. So I have loved making videos. The funny thing is that in the past 350 miles, I haven't done, obviously I'm filming, right? But that's not the part that takes a long time. I haven't done any editing. And so it's been pretty nice. Like, it's allowed me to just really rip through this this final section. The kind of videos I make take a shitload of time for editing. And I shoot documentary style. Documentary style means there needs to be a lot of edits and cuts because I stumble and mumble with my words. And it takes a long time to do those edits. And the fact that I'm doing like between 5 and 15 minutes of content every single day, and I'm posting 7 days a week. So a squall is blowing through, and I'm gonna rethink. You can see the pass right there, I think, Woody Pass. There's apparently a tent site somewhere up here. If it's gonna be like this, I'm gonna take, there's a next tent site. I need something a little bit more protected, but it's proper raining out. I'm standing like under a tree canopy trying to just stay dry here, at least while I film. Just sort of hoping if I give it a couple minutes, you know, it can blow over. Look at the clouds. Just going in and out of these like channels way up in the top of that mountain. It stopped raining. It is the second to last day on the PCT, and it's just like, look where I am standing. It's unbelievable from day one until the very end. I mean, the PCT, like, I cannot get over. You know, this is the rain cloud, right? And it's just sitting right over this peak. It's just like filtering through the little, the ridges, the really sharp ridges on this mountain. It's just an unbelievable last night in the PCTs. It's like all these different exhaust ports. All the smoke is just like blowing like up this way. So the challenge right now is like, I would love to go to the top of Woody Pass. The thing is that Woody Pass is like up by this, right? So Woody Pass is like up as close to that as possible. Ideally, I'd like to spend the night on that pass though. I'm 25 miles in. It is 5:30 in the afternoon, and I am standing at Woody Pass. Tomorrow, I will be at the Canadian border. I will be at the terminus. This is my last night on the PCT, and I have found the most amazing place to spend the last night, which is this Woody Pass. You can see right now, we did not camp down. We are right at the top. There's already high winds coming through, and I've actually used this time to, you can see the doors are open on both sides of my tent. I'm really trying to give it like just even 10 precious minutes to dry off. This is a risky, right? All of this weather coming through, this pushing up. I'm in the area that gets the rain. That's what I'm in. And the area that's gonna potentially get some snow. I am 11 miles from Canada. Like, I can't even believe it. And I think I'm gonna be at the terminus tomorrow by noon. What a fucking epic last night on the PCT. So the wind is blowing here at Woody Pass, like crazy winds. That right there, that little line, like that's like a ridge. There's the mountain. All the wind is coming from the other side, just whipping up over that, but we are just protected below where that wind is going. But all around me, like, it is insane winds. Like, this is a cool tent site. Like, see my breath. I'm cooking dinner. Ramen's almost done.